Building a playhouse for my kids has been something I've been wanting to do for some time. I've never built anything like this before, so I know it will have its challenges, but I have built plenty of other things over the last couple of years with no prior experience or knowledge, so I know I'm 100% capable. Giving my kids not only a place to escape to play, create, and use their imagination is only half of what I'm providing for them. I also want them to see that with determination, willingness to learn, and constant effort, they can achieve what they set their minds to, even when, not if, there's setbacks. Because if mama can do it, they can too. Follow along in part 1 of this DIY outdoor playhouse series. First thing I did was mark out the space. Originally, I did want an 8 foot by 8 foot platform, but ended up deciding on 10 by 10 because the size just made a little bit more sense. After settling on the size and placement, it was time to dig the holes for the posts. To try and make sure that my square was actually in fact square, I screwed the boards together to help with the placement. Ensuring that you're actually square will make the building process so much easier.
I gotta make sure that this is leveled both ways on either end, and then I'm good to put the concrete in. I already put some of this gravel down at the bottom, and then we just gotta wait. We're probably gonna be getting rain, so I'm trying to get this done so that way I don't have to worry about rain being an issue and being able to not set the concrete.
I did forget to film me pouring water on the concrete to set it. I made sure to overfill the hole and slope it away from the post to prevent any water pooling around it.
So now that I have all of my posts, the next thing to do is to add the support that I need going all the way around. And I've already measured where I want the top of the board to be. That's where the top of the deck is going to be and where I'm going to be building the house from. So essentially I'm going to be building the house 4 feet off of the ground. I don't have any additional hands to help me get these boards up here, obviously, and I can't hold one end while I go and secure the other end. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and mark and then add a temporary support board so that it can help to hold the board up for me while I secure the other side. So I'm going to measure, make sure. So these boards are supposed to be 6 inches, so really they're 5.5 inches. I'm just going to mark where I want the top of my support beam to be, and it'll be there, so then that can put my board on top of there, which will meet up with this top line here. I am going to be securing my 2x6s with bolts, nuts, and washers, but I can't drill holes and do that without having somebody hold it for me. So this is the simplest way for me to be able to do this. Pick up my board.
I repeated this on all 4 sides, making sure they were level. I then marked and made the holes for the bolts to secure the boards to the posts, and I did have to mark and create the holes on both sides since it couldn't reach all the way through the 4x4 through one side. Since there would be 4 bolts on a single 4x4, I had to make sure the opposite side was either more narrow or wider to the other so they wouldn't interfere with each other.
Now that I've got these main beams secured to my post, I'm gonna start adding my joists. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark and place my joist hangers, and then I'm gonna try and get the boards up here, place them into the joist hangers, and then secure them, because like I said, I don't have additional hands to hold one end of the board, so I can secure the board and then add the joist hangers. So I'm hoping this works. And if it doesn't, then I guess we'll see. So the cool thing about these joist hangers, and I think this is obviously meant for when you go to put it before you secure it to your board, is it has these little, I don't know what they're called, but you can secure the hanger to your board by hammering these in. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully that works.
I did need to add additional boards going the opposite way, and this was my first time using a framing gun, and I thought it was so heavy, so I had to go back and use my brad nailer to hold the boards in place before securing them using my new framing nailer. The nails were used as spacers, and I secured the deck boards with screws.
So I ran out of deck boards. As you can see, I still have a section that I need to finish, and I also need to put additional screws here in the middle and over on the other end. The store didn't have enough. Technically, I could have gone to a different location and bought more, but I didn't want to waste any time because the baby is sleeping, and that's usually the only time that I can come out here and work on things. And so I didn't want to waste that time to go and get it, because then I would lose that nap time to be able to work. So I decided I'm gonna move forward and continue working. So with any elevated playground, it's almost always normal to add some kind of like railing. Technically, I could build this out of wood, which was my initial plan, until I decided to actually go with cable railing. I think it'll give it a more elevated, sophisticated, even like a more sleek, modern look. So I decided to go with that. Now, my plans are to build the house to take up the majority of the space of this platform and only have a little bit of just free play space at the front. So anyways, I know that picking all of the components for a cable railing system can be kind of confusing, especially if you've never done this before, like myself. You could easily end up ordering all of the wrong parts, too many of one part or not enough of another. Thankfully, Muzata offers a one-step railing system that includes everything you need. As you can see, I was able to actually carry the entire system up on this platform by myself. It was not heavy at all. If you needed additional help, obviously ask for additional help if it feels too heavy for you. But as you can see, it's not that difficult. The entire railing cable system is in this box. It makes it super easy for any DIYer like myself who's never done this before. This one-stop railing system comes in 3 different sizes: a 6.5 foot, 13 foot, and a 20 foot. Muzata even offers a free custom design service for those who may be unsure about the planning, designing, or budgeting at no extra cost to you. They sent over their 6.5 foot railing system, which is actually perfect for this project because it gives me enough railing for the front area where I'm wanting to cover here in this front space, which will give me just a small section over next to it where I will be able to add a climbing system, which you will see later on. I'm going to do like a rock climbing system so that my kids can be able to get up here on the platform. It literally comes with everything you need, including the posts, rails, and the cable. If you're in the market or you're interested in a hassle-free system just like this one, then head on over. I will leave the link down in the description. You can use my code Glenda6 for an additional 6% off. Now let's go ahead and start installing this. I'm gonna go ahead and take everything out.
By the next video, I would have already finished adding the remaining deck boards and I'll be ready to start framing out the house. Stick around until next week as I continue this Playhouse build series. I love y'all, be kind, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.